Hello and welcome to Sincerely Elvis Presley. I'm Sean. I hope each and every one of you is doing well, and thank you for tuning in. Here we are again, another August the 16th. Time really does seem to fly by, doesn't it? And I think if you're like me, when events like this come around, they're obviously times of sadness. You know, we all lost somebody very special on August the 16th, 1977. But there's part of me that I never really know quite what to do on occasions like this, obviously, other than to celebrate the man and listen to his music as loudly as possible. But, you know, I guess what I'm getting at is if you do a channel like this, you feel you have to come on because you have to mark such an important date. But when you do come on, you don't know quite what to do. And I can only equate that to the experience I have every year earlier in August when I visit the site where we buried my father's ashes. And the same kind of feeling hits me every year. I go along, I take flowers, and then when I get there, I'm not entirely sure what to do or say, or even in a strange way, how to feel. And it struck me actually this year, as I was there, that actually you don't need to do or say anything. Just being there's enough. Just being there's enough. And that's kind of the point of this. Hopefully just being here is enough. We all share these emotions on this day, the sense of loss, the sense of what could have been, the sense of sadness, but also the sense of joy and celebration, the sense that this man has left us such an incredible legacy. And that's kind of the point I want to make, just being there. Elvis wasn't supposed to have just been there for as long as he is. 49 years later, and we're all here, still talking about him, still loving him, still being inspired by him. But that wasn't supposed to be the case, was it? He wasn't supposed to last that long. They tried to get rid of him in the 50s. His music was the devil's music. He was evil. He needs to go. You know, throughout the 60s, he was panned mercilessly for the movies he was making. Reviewers, you know, took pot shots at him all the time. If you go a little bit further into the 70s, and as he gains a bit of weight, all the terrible newspapers that said fat and 40 and all these horrible, disrespectful things. And then when we lost him, the same kind of rubbish carried on, especially here in the British tabloids. You know, their behaviour was utterly, utterly disgraceful. The day he died, one of the Murdoch papers headlines still said fat and 40. How disrespectful to a guy that had done so much and had just passed away, and you put that on. And even, you know, even throughout the time since we lost him, okay, the lurid tabloid stories and the serializations, they come and go, but there's still been attempts to put him down, to get, you know, we've had all the ridiculous cultural appropriation, whatever they want to term it, rubbish that they come out with, that's all baseless, based with no fact other than their own agenda and their own bias. But still, they cannot diminish the legend. And I think this might be a little bit controversial, but I actually think that some of the tribute artists have diminished Elvis's image in the public consciousness. I know there are good tribute artists, but for every good one, there are hundreds and hundreds of terrible ones, squeezing themselves into white suits, slapping a wig on their head, overdoing the vibrato, and think that they're paying a tribute to our man. Is that a tribute, people? Really? Because I think what that's done in the public consciousness has almost cemented this image of Elvis as a caricature. You know, you can go down to your local Chinese and there'll be some guy murdering his songs and paying tribute to him. But yeah, there's a lot of things that have tried to put him down, but you can't put down that brilliance, that genius, that warmth, that emotion, that talent. You cannot put it down. Even more recently, that awful Priscilla movie tried to damage him. We've had trashy documentaries on Amazon that try and put him down, but they can't. And thankfully this year, Baz Luhrmann did us all a huge favour and resurrected Elvis the performer, Elvis the artist, in the public consciousness, because Epic was nothing short of phenomenal. So thank you, Baz. Yeah, it's been going on forever, hasn't it? But you cannot, when something's that great, when someone is that fantastic, that just all-encompassing brilliance will not be snuffed out. And here we are, 49 years later, still celebrating him, still talking about him, still loving him. And that speaks for itself. And I think I said the first year that I did a video how Elvis makes friendships. Elvis brings people together, and there's some amazing friendships that exist because of him and through him. And I think that speaks volumes to his, what he is, what he means. And I thought, actually, being here and the theme of being here, I just want to call out some of the people that I'm in regular contact with, who I wouldn't be in regular contact with if it wasn't for Elvis, if it wasn't for me starting this channel because of Elvis. These people enrich my life, so I'm very grateful to call them friends. So I want to call out David and Wendy Hewlett. You know, I don't need to say anything. You know. I want to call out Kurt Gautier. Now listen, Kurt, you will persevere and you will get yourself an undamaged copy of Dress to Kill. I have no doubt. I want to call out Mark Kinsey. Mark, get yourself back in front of that camera, buddy. You know you want to, and you know we want you to. So get on it, hey? I want to call out Lorraine Gibson, an amazing, talented writer, and I've thoroughly enjoyed our communications. I think the world of you, Lorraine, and can't wait until we see your next project. I want to call out Gordon Minto, who always remembers me when it comes to when him and John Townsend put out their books, and I'm forever grateful for that. And I know we haven't been in touch recently for a chat, but I'm sure we will soon, and I always thoroughly enjoy our communications. I want to call out Kays Moen. Kays, your dedication to Elvis, your dedication to providing Elvis fans throughout the world with news virtually every single day is awe-inspiring, and you really are an inspiration. And last but not least, I want to call out Bob Parkes, author extraordinaire. Your collection, your knowledge, what you have access to blows me away. And I want to thank you for the little email attachment the other day. I really do appreciate it. And I want to call out each and every one of my viewers, each and every one of my subscribers. We're here for Elvis, but we're also here for each other. I think it's a wonderful little community. I appreciate each and every one of you. But most of all, I want to call out Elvis. Thank you for everything you've given us. Thank you for everything you still give us. You are amazing. You will never diminish. So, thank you.